So I wanted to do this for businesses as I believe this is a feasible plan to fight these fixed penalty notices. So this is the 1688 Bill of Rights. These laws still stand. So let's get down to grants of fines before conviction. And several grants and promises made of fines and forfeitures before any conviction or judgment against the persons upon whom the same were to be levied, all which are utterly directly contrary to the known laws and statutes and freedoms of this realm. So let's get down to the part where it says grants and forfeitures. All grants and promises of fines and forfeitures of particular persons before conviction are illegal and void. These rules still stand, guys. So you cannot issue a fine or a penalty notice before you have been to court. It is illegal. So, right to a fair trial. Article 6, Human Rights Act 1998. In the determination of his civil rights and obligations of any criminal charge against him, everyone is entitled to a fair and public hearing within a reasonable time by an independent and impartial tribunal established by law. Judgment shall be pronounced publicly, but the press and public may be excluded from all or part of the trial in the interest of morals, public order, or national security in a democratic society. Where the interest of juveniles or the protection of the private life or parties so require, or to the extent strictly necessary in the opinion of court, in special circumstances where publicity would prejudice the interests of justice. Do you think all this has been followed in certain cases across Bournemouth and Poole with businesses? I'd question that. Everyone charged with a criminal offence shall be presumed innocent until proved guilty according to law. Has this been followed? Everyone charged with a criminal offence has the following minimum rights: to be informed promptly in a language which he understands and in detail of the nature and cause of the accusation against him, to have adequate time and facilities for the preparation of his defence, to defend himself in person or through legal assistance of their own choosing, or if he has not sufficient means to pay for legal assistance, to be given it free when the interests of justice so require, to examine or to have examined witness against him, and to obtain the attendance and examination of witnesses on his behalf under the same conditions as the witness against him, to have the free assistance of an interpreter if he cannot understand or speak the language used in court. Do you believe all these have been followed? Do you believe these protocols have been followed by the council, by the Public Health Dorset or England? Do you believe Article 6 of the Human Rights Act 1998 has been followed? So what we have here is a fixed penalty notice served on a business down here in Bournemouth. So if you look at where I've ringed, it says fixed penalty notice. Now this is really important because this is not an official document. This is just a letter to say we plan on fining you. Now, going back to what I talked about before, you cannot issue any fines or forfeitures before you have had a conviction, so before you have been to court. So what they are proposing here is illegal. What you need to do is ask for the official documents which say this is a fixed penalty, because a fixed penalty notice is just a letter to say they plan on fining you. It is not legal. Right, so this is where I admit this wasn't my idea. This was a friend's idea, and this is the amazing template that he's done up for businesses to send to councils and public health officials respectively. So I've blanked out the name of the company that we're dealing with, but basically you need to put the name of your company into where that where I've blanked out. And if you ask these questions, I'm pretty certain it will be thrown out before it even gets to the next stage, because they are committing fraud on an astronomical scale. And it is very, very easily proven through those laws and acts that I have just shown you.